Action.
Hello, everybody, and welcome. It is Monday, right?
Mm-hmm.
It is Monday, and it's kind of cloudy out there. Lots of storms going on in our neighborhood. Cindy's phone keeps going off, telling her there's storms up by her house, and kind of crazy. Anyway, welcome. Super excited to be doing live with you today. So we're actually going to do the Bloom and Grow quilt for those of you working along with me on that. So we are going to move on to the next session on that.
Yay!
But first of all, let's talk about a couple of announcements.
All right. We got a lot going on.
We do have a lot going on. So much so that I had to write it down because otherwise I will forget. So we have just found out that Baby Lock tomorrow at 1 p.m. Central Time, which would be 12 o'clock Mountain Time, they will be releasing all of the information on their brand new Baby Lock Radiance, which is the brand new top of the line machine that we actually go on Saturday to Baby Lock Convention to go see it and learn all about it. But they are going to be releasing all of the information to you all tomorrow at 12 noon Mountain Time or 1 p.m. Central Time. So
that's exciting.
We're excited. It's exciting to finally get it out in the open, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's this anticipation. What can it have? What can it do? What can it can't do? And so it's going to be nice that that is all going to be released tomorrow. So I know we're going to be tuning in and watching, right?
Yeah.
Actually, there's not really a watch party for it, but it's all going to be directly onto Baby Lock's website.
Okay.
Okay. If you have put down a deposit on the Radiance machine with Above and Beyond, I did send a private email to each of you this morning, giving you a little bit more information about that for you too. So talking of new product, we are ready to announce and take signups for our new product launch. And we are going to be doing this both ways. So we will be doing it in person and we will still be doing it virtually. So the in-person at the Thornton store is going to be September the 10th at 10 a.m. It is a Tuesday morning, so that will take place of our traditional Tuesday morning show and tell that we normally have. For all of our away friends, we are going to be doing that for you on Wednesday, September the 11th at 2 o'clock. So that one will take place of our regular live that we normally do.
And it'll probably go more than an hour.
Oh, it definitely will be more than an hour. So it's likely to be probably, as much as Patrick loves to talk, bless his heart, it probably will be about 2.5, 3.5. However long you want to join us for, I'm sure it'll be a good 2, if not 3 hours.
Yeah.
Okay. And then our Littleton peeps, we will have their in-person, their in-person new product launch on Thursday morning, which will also in turn be in place of their traditional show and tell at 10 a.m. So it is a free sign up, but we do like you to register so that we can be prepared for however many people want to join us in person. So we do have it on our website for you to go ahead and register yourself, or alternatively, you can just leave us a note on here that you would like to register. Just let us know whether it is Thornton or Littleton. And I do believe Amanda is watching today, so Amanda will get all of that taken care of for you and get you registered.
Yay.
Once we get you registered, we'll send you an email receipt that shows that you are registered. So you'll get confirmation that we know you're coming. I can't believe that next week is Baby Lock Club already. So Baby Lock Club is next Wednesday. Patrick will be back from his vacation, we hope. So Patrick will be back from his vacation. Matt and myself will be back from Baby Lock Convention. So we hope to have some fun new stuff to share with you at Baby Lock Club next Wednesday at 10 a.m. And I think that is it for those announcements. So do you know what day it is today, Cindy?
What day is it?
Other than the 19th of August. It is National Potato Day.
Potato Day?
So that to me just really confirms that there is a day for absolutely everything.
Yeah, seems
Next
like
week
it.
It'll be National Carrot Day, right? No, that's probably in March or April, right? For
Right.
Easter. Okay, so we got potato jokes. Are you ready?
All right.
Why didn't the potato chips believe anything the sandwich said?
Why?
Because the sandwich was full of bologna.
Oh, that's cute.
What do you call a baby potato?
A spud?
Small fry.
Small. Ah, that's cute.
Okay, last one. What do you say when someone tells you that French fries are cooked in France?
What?
You say, no, they're not. They're cooked in Greece.
Oh.
Okay.
Cute.
Let's go ahead and we are going to move on.
You got lots of laughs on those.
Really?
Yeah.
So we're going to go ahead and we are going to move on and start sewing. I'd really be interested if anybody's doing this that maybe isn't doing it on a serger, maybe doing it on a regular sewing machine too. That would be kind of fun. But anyway, this is the Amanda Murphy Bernina Serger quilt. So this is a great quilt to learn all different techniques on your serger. It's called the Bloom and Grow. This was a joint project with our dear friend Pam Mashi. And we are on lesson number 3. So lesson number 1 was all the cutting. We just kind of briefly talked about that because it was a lot of cutting and we didn't want you to have a whole session on me just cutting. So session 2, which was really our first and second session together, was this one. And this one was our chain stitch and cover stitch decorative stitching. And then it was put together with flying geese. And this was all pieced and constructed on the serger.
That is so cool.
Isn't it cool? So let's take a look at the actual project right here, Cindy.
Christine says she's all caught up.
Good. Okay, so when we look at this, it's shown in red right here. So this was the first part that we did. Okay, so that is lesson 1 and 2. We are going to move on to lesson 3, which is actually going to be this segment right down here. Okay, so I really like that it gives you a precise step-by-step instructions so you know exactly what to do. So we're going to start with the cutting that needs to be done for this one, and it tells us that we are going to be using fabric A and fabric B. Fabric A and fabric B required you to cut 11.5-inch wide piece of fabric by the width of the fabric. Mine isn't the width because I've done some cutting on it, okay?
Okay.
But you would have cut an 11.5-inch of A and an 11.5-inch of B. If you purchased a fabric kit from us, you would have got a master fabric sheet that would show you, because we did have to make substitutions on some of the fabrics because the mill shut down on Benetech's on this fabric line, so they had to
is that what happened?
That's what happened.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah. So we got about maybe about half of the bolts in. So the other half are substitutions. So anyway, it tells us fabric A and fabric B. So your kit will have the exact fabrics that you need to pick for fabric A and fabric B.
Perfect.
My fabrics, this is my fabric A, and this is my fabric B. And the first thing we are going to do, you do need a special ruler for this block. there is the 18-degree wedge ruler, or alternatively, they actually give you the template to create your own wedge. So if you are creating your own wedge, when you print this out, or when you get your pattern, you absolutely 100% want to make sure that this block measures what it should measure before you create your template. So I created my template on some template plastic, and I basically just placed it on here, drew around it, and then placed it on here and drew around it to create my template. Okay. So once you have created your template, or you may be using the wedge ruler, either way is fine, you are going to, you know what, I'm going to run over to the iron. I got a little crease in my fabric there that I need to eliminate.
Okay, so while she is going to iron that crease out, no, we have not done a giveaway just yet. We do have one set aside that we were going to do as Kate was serging. Have you seen yet, like, are most of the techniques on here able to be done on
everything so
a different
far? Yeah, everything
serger?
so far would be fine on any of the 8-thread sergers from Baby Lock.
Okay. So, Patty, hopefully that answered your question.
Okay, so I am going to layer my two fabrics right side up. And I'm going to take my template. You know, when I use a template, I like to be really precise, and I actually really like this is a brand new 28 millimeter Quilter Select rotary cutter. It just is a lot smaller, and you can really get around it, around your pieces really well. Okay, so we are going to lay the bottom part of the template down across the bottom edge, and I lay it in place. And then what I like to do is to use a ruler as my security blanket, lay my ruler on there, oops. Okay, and we need to cut 10 of each one. So once you've cut the first one, you are then going to take your template and you're going to rotate it 180, and then you're going to line it up across the other end. So this time I will only have one cut to make. Make sense?
Sure does.
And then you're going to do this all the way down until you have ten of each one. And I think I need one more set. You doing okay?
Mm-hmm.
You checking my work?
No, I was just counting for you.
Oh.
But I realized I didn't know how many you had over here, so it didn't really do me any good.
I actually think I've got a little bit more than what I need. Better to have too many than not enough.
Absolutely.
Right? Okay. And then we are going to go over to the machine. Are you ready?
I'm very ready.
Okay. And yes, we do have a giveaway.
Yes, we do. He's so cute.
I feel like it's still Christmas in July.
Well, after today, yeah. It's going to.
Okay, so on your directions, it will tell you which threads you need to put where. So we have regular thread in the left needle, And we have the spaghetti thread, which is the darker color. The color number 80 is going to be in our upper looper. And then we have the spaghetti. The lighter color is going to be in our lower looper. And then it is going to tell us what stitch that we need to set up for. So we are setting up for stitch number 3, which I'm going to show you this on the machine. It tells me what my stitch length needs to be. This is my needle stop down, and I really do like the needle stop up, needle stop down on the serger. And then it tells me the differential feed. And ironically, and this is something that's a little bit different, it tells us to use the shearing foot. And I'm like, but we're not shearing. Why do we need the shearing foot? So I'm going to explain that to you. And then we're also using the seam guide, which I love, love, love the seam guide. Okay?
Okay.
So I am going to set that aside for just a moment.
Linda, we just realized that it's not up, so after live we'll get it up there.
What's that?
The supply list for your Serger class.
Oh. Okay, so let me take off this shearing foot so I can explain it to you. The shearing foot has a cutout on the underneath side right in here. So what this allows me to do is it allows me to have a buildup of threads in here, and it's not pushing the whole foot up off. So it's almost like an open toe foot on a sewing machine when you're doing decorative stitches, and it allows the foot to like cradle down over the stitches. So that is what... So the shearing foot, yes, it can be used for shearing or gathering.
I would hope so.
If we adjust the feed dog system. We're not using it for shearing because we're keeping the feed dogs at the normal. But the reason that we're using it is because we are doing this really pretty stitch. And what it does is it sits right on top. And as you get a buildup of threads in there, it doesn't shift that foot at all.
Very cool.
So we're going to go ahead and lower my presser foot down. Okay, so let's talk about, the other thing on this foot. And Cindy, I don't know how close or if they can see this. But we've talked about these little grooves on the foot. Each one of these grooves represents one of the needle positions. However, there is a groove all the way to the far right, and this is actually our cutting edge. So what we can do is we can put this adjustable seam gauge where we will run the edge of our fabric against, just like this, and I can adjust this so that it won't cut off any fabric. So I can put my seam guide level with that last little notch, and that will give me, number one, if I'm using my left needle position, it gives me a perfect 1/4 of an inch seam. But what it will do is it will keep the edge of my fabric just right against the edge of the blade so that I'm not cutting off any extra fabric. Okay.
Vicki, we are using the Bernina L890 machine. So this is their top of the line overlocker.
Okay, so we are going to stitch this wrong sides together. So you'll want 1A fabric, no, this is a B, 1A fabric, 1B fabric, and we want to turn the B fabric so that we have the wrong side facing us. And then we want to take, so this has got the wider edge across the top, and then I want to take the A fabric and I want to position the short edge up to the top here. Now, we are going to be joining this row, this seam right here. So it's at an angle. So I want the points, my 2 corner points, to match. This is naturally going to go over the top. So it's going to stitch wrong sides together. And then when we get down to the bottom, these 2 corners will match also.
Okay.
Okay. Now these fabrics, the edges are definitely stretchy because it is not 100% biased, but it is cut on an angle, so you do have some stretch in that fabric. So wrong sides together, and we're just going to take it at a nice steady speed. Okay, now all seams will be pressed to our B fabric, and our B fabric is this one. So all seams will be pressed to our B fabric.
So it's not like a flat lock stitch at all
No.
where they're going to be over on top of each other?
No.
Okay.
Nope. Okay,
Very cool.
so we're going to go ahead and we're going to do another one of that.
Probably need servicing anyway. Because at one time I hit a needle and I think I bent the stitch finger. Okay. So why don't we just go ahead and service it anyway?
All right, so while she is stitching that, we do have a couple items today. One of them is a super cute fat quarter bundle. We got in these little fat quarter rolls from 3 Wishes, and so we did a bundle, and there are 5 fat quarters in here. Okay, and it's going to be $15 for the bundle. And I can show you these a little bit better individually. We have a Christmas lights, a cute plaid, Christmas trees, holly, and the truck. Actually, that's not a truck. Maybe?
Yes, it is.
Kind of looks like a station wagon.
What? It's a vehicle.
The red Christmas vehicle. Okay.
Really cute.
They are super cute.
Okay, I want to show them how to put this together.
All
okay?
right.
So now what you have is I have 2 units, and now I'm going to stitch these 2 units together. Okay, so you always want to make sure that you've got a wide, a small, a wide, and a small. So it's the same thing. We are going to stitch this
I didn't even notice it.
wrong sides together. But now I'm stitching with this fabric on top, which means that I will have my dark green on this fabric and my light green on this fabric. And remember, everything gets pressed to the B fabric. So when this gets pressed, I will then see the light color on there.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Once she joins those, I can show you the stitch a little bit better.
And should we do our giveaway?
Yes. Though I don't remember who it went to.
Okay.
Oh, how
this is our
cute.
giveaway. And this is going to Barbara Weisling.
Oh, yay. So cute. Yay, Barbara.
So this is a 3 thread wide. So watch what happens when this gets pressed this way and this one gets pressed this way. I see both colors on there.
Super cute. I like that.
Okay. So we're going to do another one. It's just really hard to get used to that wrong side.
Definitely feels backwards.
It feels wrong.
And I think we solved your other problem. It's in.
Okay, so this one's going to go this side.
And the phone number is still the same.
Oh, yes. Yeah, you used to have a little bathroom that had your classes in.
Yeah, we just do classes up there now. So here you go. It'll be $149 unless there's a part. If there's a part, he'll give you a call. Okay? Oh no.
I love this seam guide.
We know you'll be back. We have your.
So out of all of these seams that I've just done, this is literally what it has trimmed off.
Barely any fuzz. Yes, Evelyn. So this is a serger. This is the Bernina L890. It is their top of the line combination serger. It is kind of funny because it does look like a sewing machine.
Okay, so if we cut 10 of each, that means we should be using 20 wedges to create this panel. And I did do some of this ahead, okay? So I'm now going to see about putting this on here.
Evelyn, I don't believe that's something that we can share on Facebook, but if you would like to give us a call once this live is over, we would be happy to talk about it with you.
So once are you counting them for me?
No.
Okay, once
Not
I've
this
got
time.
these two units put together, we will count and see how many we've got.
It's so quiet too.
It really is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Guess what?
One more. Or one more set at least.
One more set, yes.
So it's here.
So wrong sides together. So we do have a manager special today. We have actually an old mystery. I don't remember what number this is, but
I think it was this year's though.
it was this year's. I do believe that too. And we used IQ to do this. So this is obviously a Valentine mystery, and it is $25. So if anybody wants the Valentine mystery, it is completely finished for $25.
All right. First person we see, it shall go to.
Okay, last join that we need to make.
Miss Bev, we are doing the Bloom and Grow Serger quilt. And we are working on the Bernina L890.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and go to the iron and press this. Now remember, I'm pressing to this fabric. So this one will press this way, and this one will press this way.
Okay.
And I don't know if you want to do maybe the jelly roll or something, and I'll meet you at the cutting table.
Okay, sounds good. All right, so while she goes and presses, so next month, I don't know if anybody knows this, but next month is Jelly Roll month, and with Jelly Roll Day being September 21st, and so we have, the Thornton store has a few Jelly Roll classes going on, but both stores are going to host a Jelly Roll quilt race, and so we brought in some cute jelly rolls, but this one, I don't know if you guys remember Val showing off her ombre, is it string? Ombre string?
I think so.
Zipper pouch. So this is using the confetti dot fabric. Well, there is this adorable jelly roll. That has this fabric in it as well. Super
nice.
cute. Some nice pastels and bright colors in there. This is, I want to say $47.99 for the jelly roll. But just a cute way to show you, because you could have made this with the jelly roll.
I could, yes. And
Yeah.
one of there were two of the ladies that had this jelly roll,
Nice.
or had a jelly roll
Mm-hmm.
like this, and they split it and made their bags.
Oh, very cool.
So yes.
All right. All right, we'll just show you the other bundle we have while Kate's still pressing. So, like Kate was saying at the beginning of live, that we still feels like Christmas in July. So we had the Christmas giveaway, and we had our Christmas fat quarter bundle. Well, now we have another Christmas bundle. So this is a 1.5 yard bundle. So 3 half-yard cuts. This one definitely has the truck in it, and a pretty red grunge, and a nice plaid with some little holly berries on there. So this is the Country Christmas 1.5 yard bundle. Okay, so let us know if you guys would like this one. Country Christmas. This fat quarter bundle was called Farmhouse Christmas, and of course I have to just make things extra difficult on myself to call things basically the same thing. But let us know if you need any of these items today, because they're so cute.
Okay, I'm ready. Are you ready?
Okay, yep.
Okay. So here is our finished piece for the bottom portion of that quilt. And the first thing I'm going to do is trim across the top. And it should be 11.5 inches, which it is right there. But this will just neaten up all of our tails that we've got going on.
I'm going to come on to this side so I'm not in the way.
That looks better, doesn't it?
Much better.
Okay, so I'm also going to trim the bottom. Okay, and then we are going to even up one end. Now I will tell you, this is very stretchy. Can you see how much give you've got in this?
Yeah.
So I would hate for my piece not to be the right size when I'm finished. So here's what we're going to do. It tells us to trim this up to 33.5 inches. I'm going to trim this one end, and to trim the one end square, all I'm doing is using the other corner of the narrow piece right there, and I'm going to trim this small triangle off. And then I would come over to where it says 33.5 inches, and I would trim again. But I'm being a chicken because I would rather leave this on and trim it when I get ready to assemble it, just in case I need it to be 33.75 or anything else. So I'm actually going to recommend that you leave one end so that you've got a little bit of wiggle room.
Okay.
I have not made this quilt yet, so personally I don't want to make that cut and then regret the cut. So I'm actually going to recommend that you just square up one end and leave the other end.
Okay.
In the ideal world, to me, I would think it would need to be this measurement.
Because that goes right on top, right?
It goes above it, yes. Okay, but like I said, I haven't put this together, so I am going to leave this piece untrimmed until we get ready to put it all together.
Okay.
So that is your next segment on Bloom and Grow. So that would be session 3.
All right.
Okay, thanks for joining us all. And did you get through all of the manager specials over there?
I think there's one more special if you want to do that one.
You know what?
Or
Wait
we'll
till next time.
Okay.
We'll wait
On
till
Wednesday.
next
We'll show you on Wednesday.
time. Okay. Thanks everybody.
All right. Thank you.
Bye bye.